Hello and welcome to Flight 1570 on Mandelbrot Air. This is your Captain Sully speaking. We're going to be taking off here in about 30 seconds on our speed run through the installation of FileMaker Server 19.6.2 for Ubuntu Linux 20.04 LTS. Before we do, just a note, we'll be listening to a mix of songs from my iPhone while we do this. So if you hate them, tough. Sit back, we'll get you there. Here we go. Start the clock. 3:21 a.m., March 4th, 2023. Let's do it. Can everybody hear that? Okay. So what's first? Let's connect to our AWS account. Sign in. Oh. Got to get my two-factor authentication. Always use two-factor authentication. Do not let them steal your whole AWS account. That would be a bad idea. Okay, let's jump over to EC2. We're in Ohio. We're going to launch a new instance. One really fun little piece of information that's kind of buried, right aside from picking the right Ubuntu server 20.04 LTS, you have to pick x86 architecture, otherwise you're going to get all the way through this and you're going to fail. Another thing that is not too well documented, they kind of snuck this one in here. You need 4 CPUs in order to run the new FileMaker Server 16. That is listed in their technical specifications right here. So I'll throw that in the tech spec in the notes that I'll attach to this video. Little surfaces for us. We're launching one instance, canonical Ubuntu. We're going to create a security group. We can allow these items, SSH, that's fine. How big of a drive do we want? We could do 250 or something crazy like that, but I'm just going to do 100 for this one. That's big enough for what I got. Let's see, advanced details. None of this stuff is really that important. Yep, stop on shutdown, that's good. Termination protection. Yeah, cool. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I gotta select a key pair. Let's do, which one do we want to do? Yeah, no, FileMaker Linux servers. Let's do FileMaker Linux servers. That feels like a good one. I hope I still have that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, I still got that one. Okay, cool. So we're launching. I hit view all instances. We got this unnamed instance, gonna name that Linux FM. Oh, a little rudimental for us on the beatbox. Linux FM dev server 3. Actually, let's name it 19.6.2. Save. Still initializing, not gonna be able to connect to it. So in the meantime, let's get some other things going here. Security. Let's open up some ports. Yep, this guy. Edit inbound rules. We're going to add a couple. 5003 and 1600, right? This should be able to get us the rest of the stuff. I don't really mind attaching from anywhere. I do have a static IP. I should probably limit that, but you never know when you're going to be out on the road and you're going to need to connect. So let's get a static IP rolling too. Elastic IPs. We want to make sure we always have the same address, right? I'm going to allocate a new one from their pool. Allocate. And then I'm going to associate it with my new instance. Boom. There we go. So now I got a static IP. I wonder if we're ready to rock here. Nope, still initializing. Connect. Can't connect yet, probably. Well, maybe. Nice. Okay. Let's start updating. Super user do, sudo apps updates. So we're updating Linux here. There, cool. Super do sudo apt upgrade. Yes, you may have my disk base. Okay. So then we're going to download next. How are we doing? 5 minutes in? We're 5 minutes in. Come on, little internet horses. It's always good to keep your Unix systems updated and patched. They're always releasing new updates to these things. You want to keep those things nice and tight. Log into your servers on a Sunday afternoon. Just punch those commands in. Make sure you keep them nice and fresh. You never know what lurks on the internet that's trying to take advantage of some unpatched thing, right? It's got 97%. I really like text-based GUIs like this. Well, I guess not GUI, text-based interface, command line stuff. Reminds me of my days as a teenager playing with computers in my parents' basement. There's whole games made in these text-based things. It's great. Okay, and we're ready to go. So we're going to copy this URL here. So curl downloads.claris ESD, the version, and then the output, right? I will also add that to the what's it called? The commands that I punched in, right? All the stuff that you see me type in here is gonna get added to the comments. So if you scroll down on this video, you're gonna see all of those comments lined up, so you can just copy and paste right in. It's not gonna always work, right? So all this information is perishable. It uh, it may no longer work at some point, but that is a question for tomorrow, not for today. So we got about 7 minutes that we're gonna have to wait for this. So, man, nice, slow download. Uh, I'm gonna take a break. You might want to fast forward through this part of the video. Otherwise, you're just gonna hear me singing along to music. All right. It's a great track from a band called The Secret Meeting off their album Ultra Shiver. Nice groovy little chugging track by one of my favorite bands from the late 90s, Underworld. Used to be a trio of electronic artists, then it was down to two when Darren Emerson left the group. I was lucky enough to see them all perform together again after they had broken up, and the three of them got back together at Ultra Music Festival back in like maybe 2003 or 2004, somewhere around there. Okay, so turn the music down just a little bit so I can hear myself think. What do we need to do next? Next, we need to unzip the file that we just created. Super do apt install unzip. We have to install the unzipping program. It's pretty quick. Then we're going to unzip FMS.zip, which is the file that we made. Right, it's what we downloaded it to. Now we're unzipped. And then we need to sudo apt install / means the current folder, type F, hit tab, boom. This is actually installing FileMaker Server now at this point. So I'm going to grab the admin console password that I want to use. It's going to ask me for that in just a second. So all you got to do from here is really follow the prompts, right? 14%. Go, go. I just love watching that text fly across the screen. Makes me feel like I'm doing way more than I really am. Okay, do I want to agree to the licensing agreement? Yes. Yes. This will be my primary machine, so I'm going to type 0. Username Sully. This is for your admin console password, right? So it's not going to actually show you what you type. For your PIN either. I'll just keep going. %. Are we hung? No, we're not. Unpack those fonts, baby. Come on. Yeah. Oh, the piano riff on this part's tasty. It's got this guitar riff that they drop in. This makes me think I'm either on a train or a beach. The piano riff's great. One note, you always want to choose something other than admin for your server's username, right? Don't use admin as a username for your admin console password. Too easy to guess. All right, cool. We are back at the prompt. Wonder if we can get to this instance just by going to its IP address at this point. Yep, we can. So let's go to our admin console. Yes, I know. We're unsafe. We don't have SSL yet. Sign in, use the default certificate, accept the risk, go to configuration, SSL certificates, create CSR, domain name. Let's use this one, organization, Mandelbrot LLC. We're not going to put in any of this information. And then it's going to ask for a password. You don't have to use the same password. for this. Okay, got a CSR. We're going to copy that, put that into a file. And then we're going to jump over to Namecheap. Go buy an SSL certificate. Since I already have one for this this guy, I'm just going to reissue it. Mandelbrot.host manage domain. Actually, I think I can do that over here. Well, it's in here somewhere. There we go. Reissue. Paste that CSR in here. Hit next. CNAME record's fine. Hit submit. If I can remember, where do I go for this? The host records page. No. Domains. There we go. So we need to go to DNS. And we need to add a record. We're going to add a CNAME record. We also need to go to this guy, hit the details. Oh, need to edit methods. Get record. Only need this part. Very confusingly, they give you the whole thing. If you type the whole thing in, then it fails. So don't use that. This needs the whole thing. Pop that in there. Hit yes. Okay. It's going to watch my email for that to come in. Also, while I'm here, actually, I'm going to jump back over here and get my serverKey.pem file. So cd ops / FileMaker /opt. That's we need to sudo nano serverKey.pem. I copy this whole thing. Cool. Leave that. Still waiting on that domain validation. Well, while I'm here, though, the old admin console for the server I'm migrating from. Close all my databases. Start downloading them. Yes. Coverall FMS. I click download. Download it again. Download. So 23 databases minus the sample. Oh. Back over here, make sure we got all 23 of them. Oh, looks like I got 21. Which one am I missing? Change that to a list. Oh, does that make 20? There it is. Yeah, that's the biggie. Also, now that all of those are done, I'm gonna reopen all of them. Okay. One other thing, save my script schedules, save all schedules. Right, nice to have that guy, so I won't have to plug all this back in. Still downloading that guy. Extracting these guys. Extract. Oh, look at that. My order came in. Cool. Okay. So I got my files. Erase that, please. Since these are in a place that I'll never remember where they are, put them in a place where I can find them. Okay, signed certificate file. Oh, that's not what we're doing. Go back to extracted. There's my certificate file. There's my intermediate file. Here's the private key file. That's what we copied into its own file there. Port. Restart the service. Administration, configuration, stop service, 0, stop database server. Let me go to this guy, sudo reboot. You know it works when you can't type anything in, right? Just gonna hit refresh. It's gonna try to connect for a little while. Okay, while we wait for that to come up, I'm gonna keep going. Keep going on the extraction. If I could just do this. Did I hit extract all? That work? Oh yeah, that's working. Oh, go back. Wrong folder. Few more. Why did you get so many databases? You should have done less databases, my friend. Got this nice JS barcode database that Mike Duncan wrote. It's an awesome tool. And extract. Correct. Okay, that should be all of them. So we have 1, 2, 3 files plus 21, right? To 24 items. Deselect a couple of these. And we're gonna load them on up. How are we doing here? Okay, so we're rebooted. Back to FileMaker Pro. Not now, LastPass. Go to hosts. Go to hosts. We're gonna add a new static IP. We're only gonna use this to upload our databases. Don't need to do that. We just need the host. Right? Then we're gonna hit sharing, upload to host. Connect. Connect. Ask us for our username and password. Save that in my credential manager just for fun. Okay. Come back over to this guy. Drag all those guys in. Now we need encryption passwords. This could take a minute. Always use encryption at rest. If you do nothing else out of what I'm showing you now, never post your files on a cloud server without encryption at rest. Ooh, classic. Hope that's the right one. Oh, other one. Well, nice to know that it's wrong. No, that's not good. No. No. That's it. Okay. Stan Getz. I love LastPass. It's really great to have a password manager so I don't have to remember any of this stuff. Right? There's a lot of these. It always surprises me just how many MMS clients I have. No? Little consistency check. SMS is up next. Same one. CRM. Is it the same one? No. Okay. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure it's going to ask me for all of these all over again when I get to my dashboard in a minute. Which, if you're a Claris engineer and you're watching this, that would be really cool if you didn't have to put this stuff in twice. You could just put it in the one time and it would just work. That would be really super sweet. I might even bake your whole team a cake or make them some tacos. S3FM. Admin. The admin dashboard for the API that I built back in 2021 in order to make it easier for you. So, wonder if this is the same. No. Yeah, S3FM makes it easier for you to manipulate your S3 AWS S3 files directly from FileMaker. Use a 2-line script. There's a FileMaker interface. And the best of all, I pledge to always maintain your code for a small monthly fee, which is actually a lot easier than a 200-line script. Okay. Ooh, failed consistency check there. Wow. I guess we'll have to put that one in. So hit upload. Those will start uploading. While those are uploading, just wait for those to finish uploading. Look in my databases here, and of course, it's going to ask for all these all over again. Like I said, it would be so super sweet, guys, if you could, oh, I don't know, make it so we only punch them in the one time. Always want to hit save password. You don't want to have to deal with a reboot, and then you have to do this every time you do a reboot. You'll have a power failure at some point, hopefully not on AWS, but maybe on an on-prem system. You use this, and you'll get a call at 6 a.m. that says, we can't get in. Something has happened. I became a developer so I get to sleep in, not have to listen to those calls. So always a good idea to save those passwords. It only saves it on the server. Some people are extreme high security, might think otherwise. Okay, we got 19. So that means there's probably one more that's still uploading. Yep, MMS is still uploading all those image files, right? It'll take a minute. one thing I sometimes like to do, make sure my uploads aren't failing, is I'll rest, rest the pointer of my mouse where it is so that I can see that little green line growing. Sometimes I'll even pull out a stopwatch, try to figure out how long I got left. It's like about a third of it's left. I wonder what this file consistency check failure was. Well, anyway, we got all these uploaded. I'm going to go ahead with the next step. This is a speed run after all, right? Next step is adding an A record. We want this guy, right? And usually we would just add the A record, right? But for this one, we're actually just going to edit this A record. Right? So I just switched from the old server to the new server. As soon as that propagates through the DNS system, right? As soon as it gets out there, and we're going to check DNS propagation. So search that. So this 3140 address is not the 3136 address. This is the old address. So eventually, this A record that we just put in here is going to go, it'll go around the world. Still nobody's seen it yet. It could be a minute. Okay, while we're doing that, we're going to go into the server console. Oh, there's that file. That last file. Hold on. I'll write this down for future. Right. The last one here is MMS, and there's the password. Okay. So everything's open. Right. Except for this one pesky file. This is still my old 19.4 server. I'm going to try to download that one more time before I lose my connection. It's probably just because I couldn't remember that password. There it is. Ah, ooh. One more shot at this encryption password. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I might not have written this down. Nope. Yeah. That's okay. I have another copy of that file on somebody else's server. And I know that I have the EAR password for that. Okay, let's check our propagation again. Still all going to the old server. Where's our A record? Our A record's there. Gotta wait for that propagation. And that's basically it. What is it, 410? At this point, the only other thing to do is set up backups and schedules. Configuration, scripting. So we have no schedules. We're going to load. And this should be in our downloads settings file, load. And connectors, turn everything on, right? Everything that you use. I don't use any plugins. I am a purist. But if you did use plugins, you'd want to set those up. Administration. Ooh, probably need to add my license. That would be a good idea. Get this off screen so you don't steal my license. Takes a minute to load that page. I love this track. Old BT track from Movement and Still Life called Love Hate Street. Just nice chill groove. Go ahead and put this in a different place so I can get that 2 out of the name. There we go. There we go. Administrator, admin API, public keys, cool. Specific address, administrator roles, external auth. You can set these things up too. Got logs, but what do we got? No, I don't want to know more from Claris. Okay, 19.6.2.201. Looks like there's a database that isn't open. Open this guy. Okay, we're open. Anything else on our dashboard that we need to be concerned about? Memory, network, disk. CPU's running a nice chill 1%. Backup schedules are all there. Configuration, and I'm going to have to add some shell scripts that I'd use to update to back up to AWS. But that is beyond the scope of this presentation. Let's check that DNS one more time. Yeah, you see it's starting to propagate. So as these flip over, my old server is slowly becoming irrelevant. Anyway, how'd we end up? What did we learn? Total time on target. No idea, right? Less than an hour. So thanks for playing along. This is Sully signing out.